Welcome to the best podcast in baseball video edition. I'm Jeff Gordon here with Post-Dispatch baseball writer Derrick Goold. Let's jump right to it.
Yeah,
At long last, Cardinal fans will see Molina back in a uniform in the dugout, back involved with the team. Yadi's been anticipated to do this for some time.
yeah,
Now it's going to happen this weekend.
yeah. It's something they've discussed almost really since the day he walked away at the end of the 2022 season, right? Cardinals lose in that playoff series, and the question was, where would Yadier Molina fit into the future with the team? Certainly, there's a red jacket with his measurements waiting for him. There'll be a bust in Cooperstown, likely, or a plaque in Cooperstown, I should say. I guess busts are there in Canton. A plaque there in Cooperstown eventually with his name on it, but where did he fit? As far as a coach, as far as in the dugout or in the front office. And the Cardinals were really intrigued by what he could bring and what having him around for this group of players would be similar to like he had Red Schoendienst around, if you think about it, or as a coach, Dave Ricketts around. It would be like paying it forward in that regard. And that's how Oliver Marmol kind of approached Yadier about it. This goes back to 2023, where Marmol had a meeting with Yadi during his most recent visit to Busch Stadium, which was for the Adam Wainwright career celebration. And Marmol asked him, would you be on the staff? Would you be on my staff? Is this something you could do? And the timing didn't seem right. The time commitment didn't seem right for Molina, but that spurred the conversation of hiring him as a special assistant to the president of baseball operations. And a lot of fans who watched it closely will know that he did not appear during that time there, Gordo. He had a standing invitation to spring training. The hope was that he would meet with young catchers. Ivan Herrera, Pedro Pajes were a couple of them at the time, and it just didn't happen. Yadier had some family things going on. He has since moved to Texas. He's really thrown himself into his son's career there as a prep high school catcher who's committed already to a college at UT Arlington. So he's had things on the family side to kind of counterbalance these aspirations that Molina has to be a manager in the majors. And so he's making a visit to St. Louis that gave Marmol a chance to kind of reinitiate this conversation, get that invitation back before Molina, get that discussion going with the front office. And it's got them here where he'll spend 2 days, Jeff, in the dugout as the Cardinals play the Cubs. He'll be available to staff. He'll be there beside Yadier. He'll be there beside Oliver Marmol. The players will be there right around Yadier Molina. It'll give him a chance to kind of see and contribute. I spoke to Oliver Marmol, and he told me that it would be quote unquote dumb not to take advantage of having Molina in town and to not try to get him into the dugout as well and around this team.
Well, congrats for Yadi's commitment to family after decades of being involved in baseball and 20 hard years in the big leagues in this very, very grueling game. One other topic here, Derrick. The bullpen has been adjusted
Mhm.
with the subtraction of three proven relievers, and at least in the LA series, you had some success with JoJo Romero and Riley O'Brien assuming bigger roles, and this is the way it's going to be going forward. Some shuffling in the bullpen and guys getting more responsibility.
Yeah, it's really kind of an interesting makeup of the bullpen. You start with the fact that JoJo Romero is the guy with the most saves or closing experience, going back to 2023 when he kind of had a cameo in that role. But he's also the only lefty to date in there. So you have a situation like you did out in LA where the big lefties, the ones that you want to match up JoJo Romero against, do not come up in the ninth inning. So you have to go to Romero earlier, and that frees up the ninth for a save situation. Riley O'Brien got the first major league save of his career Wednesday, and he's going to get some additional looks there. They like his swing and miss potential. They like his power. They like how he's advanced. They also want to see Matt Swanson in some higher leverage spots. And Kyle Leahy is emerging as a guy who can give them multiple innings kind of through the heart of a team, kind of go one time through a lineup, right? In a close game, whether that's a game where the Cardinals offense is chasing, or preferably they'd like to use him if they need a couple innings and they have a slight lead. So you're starting to see how roles are developing in the moment. I asked Oliver Marmol if this is a 2 month stretch where the Cardinals can figure out who their closer for 2026 is. Look, they don't have one. I mean, they just don't. They don't have a earmarked heir apparent to Ryan Helsley. That's really not been the case before. At least you could kind of see who might be, and that's where he went with it. He said you have a stretch here to find the candidates. Does Gordon Graceffo take advantage? Does Riley O'Brien take advantage? And all of that then will inform what Chaim Bloom does, and we'll get a chance to see how much value he puts on the closer role because, who'll be a free agent this winter? Ryan Helsley. So you could see, how that'll sort out. And at least they hope to leave this season with a list of candidates for the ninth, and hope that one of them stands out as a surefire option that they can at least write in pencil going into 2026.
That's Derrick Goold. I'm Jeff Gordon. A reminder that you can get all of our extra content and the digital edition of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch over at stltoday.com. There'll be all sorts of stuff, extra videos, extra written content, live chats and the like. So please do keep supporting local journalism. Until next time, for Derrick Goold, I'm Jeff Gordon. See you later.